So with the recent release of the PlayStation Portal and the fact it went out of stock so quickly, obviously it's in very high demand, I do want to remind you guys that actually you don't need to spend $200 or pounds on transforming your PS5 console into a portable machine. In fact, as long as you have a smartphone, Android or iPhone, then you can pretty much accomplish exactly the same thing. And all you need to do is download the official PlayStation Remote Play app. It's a free app. You don't even need a PlayStation Plus subscription. Anybody who wants to can download this app and use it to connect to your PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 console. If you have one of the newer PS5 Slim releases, then it will also work with those too. And unlike the PlayStation Portal, which only has Wi-Fi technology, you can actually use this Remote Play app over Wi-Fi or over your data plan using your mobile device. Now, even though the Remote Play app will allow you to use your touchscreen on your smartphone to control your games, I'm going to show you how you can connect your PS5 controller as well over Bluetooth. And before that, let's go ahead and get the Remote Play app itself set up correctly. Now, if this is going to be your first time connecting Remote Play to your mobile device, once you open the app, you will need to sign in and agree to the terms and conditions. So that just uses your PlayStation account, whether or not it has a PS subscription. And now, once you are on the app itself, you want to select the console you are going to be linking to. In my case, that is the PS5, but as I say, you can do this with PS4 as well. Make sure that your PS5 is turned on and that you are close by to it. And then in your PS5 settings, head down to the system option and then select Remote Play. Make sure that Remote Play is enabled and then choose Link Device. This will then give you an 8-digit code. Once you have selected PS5 on your on your mobile, you will then be required to input that 8-digit code. Once you do that, you will then connect to the Remote Play app. Now that's the first time setup. From this point on, as long as your PS5 is in rest mode, you can wake the console up directly from the Remote Play app. In my case, I'm just going to tap the PS5 console that I've already connected to. It will then take a minute to send the instruction over the network to wake the console up. And as you can see, guys, well, my PlayStation is now streaming to my phone, so really easy setup, especially now that it's done. I can easily connect to my PS5 from wherever I am in the world, as long as I have some kind of internet connection. I can even use touch controls on my phone to play my games. Personally, I wouldn't want to do that, but technically you are actually able to, so yeah. But what I want to do now is show you some more convenient ways of playing your PS5 now that you have got it connected to your mobile. And the most obvious way is to make sure that you've paired your phone with a PS5 controller. This will allow you to then go ahead and play as you normally would. And all modern day smartphones are going to allow you to connect a PS5 controller over Bluetooth. Just so you know, in order to get a PS5 controller into pairing mode, hold the I think that's the share button, is it? Yeah, hold that down, and while you're holding that down, hold the home button down for a few seconds. The LEDs will start blinking, and then your phone will be able to detect it from the Bluetooth settings. And if that's how you want to play, then there are a couple of accessories that you might want to choose from to make life a little bit easier. First off, this really simple stand here. It's adjustable, costs just a few bucks, a few pounds, and you can put your phone in there. Alternatively, if you are going to be travelling, then an accessory like this may not be appropriate. However, something like this will be. I will leave links to all of the stuff I'm showing you today in the description if you want to go and check any of these out for yourself. But this is one of those things that's really basic, quite cheap, but it does a great job and makes life much easier. So we put our phone in here, and then this will hold the controller. As you can see, that clips in there really quickly. There we go. And then these twirlers on the side do provide some adjustability for the angle of your phone. And there we go, I'm now playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on my PS5 through Remote Play in full handheld mode. Now, this solution might not work for everybody. It's very simple, quick and cheap to set up. However, because for me, for example, I have quite a heavy phone, it is a larger sized smartphone, it is also somewhat top heavy, which means that if I'm holding this for any length of time, it may start to get a little bit uncomfortable. Now, I'm not saying everybody will have that issue, but some of you may, so there are some other alternatives. And one of those alternatives would be something like a backbone controller. Now, this is still going to be a lot cheaper than the PlayStation Portal because it still uses your phone. However, it pretty much performs exactly the same function. And the way this works is really easy. There's a connector there which you can plug into your phone. Now, this is a Lightning port, which won't work for me because I'm using Samsung, but just make sure you get the backbone with the correct connector. And it accommodates pretty much up to the largest size phones, has a good build quality, and one of the good things about this is it doesn't need Bluetooth. Because this has a physical connector, you can just go ahead, connect your phone in, and the controller is set up good to go. There is also a headphone port on this, along with a pass-through port so that you can charge your phone while you play. The actual controller itself doesn't require charging, as it gets any juice that it needs from your phone. One thing I will say is that there is some backbone software you can download, a backbone app, and it does want you to try and pay if you want to subscribe to it. However, you really don't need to, and you can just use exactly the same PS Remote Play app that we've been using now for free, and it works just fine with this controller. Now, even though the backbone is going to be a little bit more expensive than a cheap accessory such as this, the main advantage of the backbone is, in my opinion, it is just going to be a little bit more comfortable to use for extended periods. But there's still just one more setup I want to show you with this, and that is if you are out travelling, or perhaps you are at a friend's house or something and you want to fire up a PS5 game, then you may want to use a big screen display. Now, if you know the display supports video over USB-C, then you can absolutely just connect a USB-C cable to the display and to your phone and carry on playing your games on the big screen using your PS5 controller. On the other hand, if the display is only going to support video over HDMI, which, let's be honest, if you're travelling and you stop at a hotel, that's probably going to be the case, then an adapter accessory such as this one here from Ugreen is going to be absolutely perfect. Let me get a monitor hooked up and I'll show you what I mean. And folks, here we have the setup. So I have the adapter here, which connects into my phone, and then for the adapter I have an HDMI cable from it going into the external display, and a USB cable just to hook this up to power. But the great thing about that is it will also keep my phone charged automatically whilst it is in use. Now, Remote Play is still technically running on the phone itself, so with that Bluetooth setup I showed you, we can easily connect the controller here so that we can play our games, but it will effectively feel like we are playing on our actual PS5 console, even when we are hundreds if not thousands of miles away from that console in question. So all I would need to take with me, apart from my phone, is the controller, the small adapter here, and an HDMI cable. That's it. Okay, maybe this stand if I want to rest the phone onto it. So folks, even if you don't have a PlayStation Portal, as long as you do have a mobile phone, you can effectively achieve the same thing, and it will actually give you more options than would otherwise be available. Technically, the only other thing you would need is an internet connection, but if you want to enhance your experience, then some of these accessories that I've shown you today will definitely go a long way to achieving that. And as I mentioned, I will make sure that everything I've shown you will be linked in the description and the pinned comment so you can check those out for yourself. I understand, of course, not every solution is going to work for everybody, but if you have any additional ideas or think I have missed something, then please do let us know what those are down in the comments, and maybe you can inspire somebody else. So folks, thank you so much for checking out this video. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you did enjoy it, subscribe for future content, and I'll catch you next time.